Just curiosity, with the bench kind of being in flux with Bogey or Sadiq or whoever it is moving into the starting group, how does that group of Trent, Patty, Garrison, what's the key for them to keeping offense flowing so there's not much of a dip?
Yeah, to be honest, the combinations we have in are more tilted to how we want to defend. And as far as the offensive, not to say that's not relevant, but I think the key is for those guys to do what they do well. Trent's ability to drive the ball and pick and roll and pass and get to the rim. Obviously, Patty being ready to shoot. We know he can shoot the ball. And that's kind of been when we've had guys out. Sadiq's been starting for quite some time now because Hunt's been out for a while. But when JJ was out, that was the case. And we've gone with Bogey with Trey out. So it's not an unfamiliar rotation, but it does change. It's sometimes, we've played different guys in different combinations. We'll keep doing that.
And then with Trey's injury, just curious how much consideration was given to bringing Kobe along to add some depth, maybe. To the bench.
Kobe's in a good place, and he's playing, in College Park and doing a great job, and that experience for him, I think, is really important, and he's done a great job at embracing it as well, and obviously Kobe will be back with the Hawks at some point, but right now I think we're in a good place with everything where we are, and it's something that Landry and I talk about as well. We're prioritizing that for Kobe right now, and fortunately Patty and Trent are both playing very well.
Quin, obviously with Trey being out and the injuries you've had to deal with the season, can you speak to the mentality of the next man up that you guys have had to have throughout the season?
Yeah, I think that's been the case. As we've lost certain guys, particularly when with our forwards, so to speak, with Hunt and Sadiq and JJ, what ends up happening is, those minutes go to Garrison at the 3 or at the 4 at times, or Wes at the 4. And what that means is we just need to be tenacious, as I said, guys play to their strengths, and especially on the defensive end, to try to be, as aggressive as we can be, because when we're not that big, and really to rebound. That's probably the biggest thing that's important for us.
One of the other things with Sabonis, outside of his scoring and the rebounding, his assists and his playmaking ability. How important is it to try to limit him and make sure that he doesn't get everyone else off?
Well, limiting him in that is hard because he's got the ball so much. I mean, obviously Fox is the point guard, but the way that they play through him, particularly in the half court, and that's part of who they are. A lot of the cutting and his ability to pass, and then playing off, dribble handoffs and some pick and roll at times as well, where he's in the pocket and making plays. So, it's tough to handle him in those situations, and I think you have to find the right balance between, making it more difficult for him to get the ball at times, but he's going to get it. He's going to get it. He bring it up in transition, and then as much as anything, the guys off the ball, have to communicate, because if you don't, and he'll find people because he's such a good passer.
Coach Snyder,
yeah.
DeJounte Murray's name been circling, in these rumor mills and things like that. Mm-hmm. Just want to get your assessment of how he's been playing. I know you had a 3-game winning streak before the last loss. He's averaging about 22 points a game, so it seemed like, business as usual, though. But how has he been, from your perspective, been approaching things?
Well, let me say, first of all, there's always, you guys in this room know more than anyone, there's always chatter about various players at different times, particularly during the trade deadline. And we, I make it a habit of not responding to those things and those rumors. That said, that wasn't the question you asked. Do you want to know how he's playing? And he's been doing really well. I think one of the things about DeJounte is his versatility. So he's able, he plays alongside Trey. He plays the point. He's played the point, when Trey's available, and obviously now when he's not in a more defined role. So I don't really evaluate DeJounte or any of our guys by their points per game. He has hit. There's been a couple big shots he's made that attribute to that too. So I think And when I say that, that's not how he looks at himself. DeJounte wants to win, you know, and he's going to do everything he can to help us win, and he continues to do that, which is good for us.
And getting back to, I mentioned, you know, the winning streak that you had. What was working for you guys, you know, to get on that little 3-game winning streak?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not going to put a whole lot of credence in. You know, if we had a 13-game winning streak, we might see it a little differently. But I think a 3-game winning streak for us means we're playing better basketball. You know, and you know, I think it's not just that you win; it's the way that you win, and we've gotten a little better defensively, and that's good to see. You know, I think I would tie it to that as much as anything, and hopefully that's something we can continue to build on and keep doing. Good. Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.